live there? Set to go, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's special council meeting for the election of the Mayor and Deputy Mayor. Please stand for the opening prayer and acknowledgement of traditional owners. So, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours now and forever. Amen. And please stay standing for the acknowledgement of traditional owners. I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting here today on the traditional land of the Braikalong people of the Gunai-Kurno Nation, and I pay respects to the elders past and present. If other elders are present with us today, I'd also like to welcome and acknowledge them. Please be seated. For the members of our gallery, conditions of entry. You're all reminded that attending the council meeting, you're asked to behave in a courteous and respectful manner before, during and after the meeting. In accordance with local law number 1, please be advised the Chair may order and cause the removal of any person, including a councillor, who disrupts any meeting or fails to comply with the direction. As our gallery would be aware, we're live streaming our council meeting, so welcome everybody who's watching on YouTube. Recording of our meetings, a person must not operate audio tape or other recording equipment at any council meeting without first obtaining the consent of the chair, or the chair, and is not allowed under the local law. If consent is given, please note that this can be revoked at any time. And I note all the councillors are in attendance, so there are no apologies. And in relation to declarations of interest, the Local Government Act 1989 exempts councillors from having a conflict of interest in relation to the election of the Mayor or Deputy Mayor, and so there are no declarations of interest at this meeting. So before we move into formal proceedings, I'd like to provide the opportunity for the Mayor, outgoing Mayor, I should say, Councillor Minimus, to say a few words. If you'd like to speak, Councillor Minimus.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. I did get the opportunity to include in Council's Express page this week my views on the achievements of Council over the past year, and so I won't repeat those. Can I firstly say it was an honour to be the face of Council for 2019. I was greatly assisted by a council that has a unified view, and I don't mean all of identical views, there are diverse opinions, but a unified view on the need to transition and reform our economy, or refocus our economy, as we continue to establish a sound future for our community. Once again, I thank you for the opportunity to have been Mayor in 2019.
Thank you, Councillor Minimus. So in terms of the process from here, in terms of election of the Mayor, we need to nominate or elect a chair, temporary chair for tonight's meeting. So I'd now like to invite nominations for the appointment of a temporary chair. Do I have a nomination?
I'd like to nominate Councillor White.
Councillor White, so Councillor Minimus, thank you.
Happy to second that, Mr. Chair.
Nominating Councillor White. Do I have, having mover and second, do I have any other, does Councillor White accept that nomination? Yes.
I guess. I guess. Yeah.
Do I have any other nominations? No, in that case, I now declare Councillor White duly elected as temporary chair. Shift a couple of the microphones.
At last I get a bit of room.
Welcome, Councillor White.
Right. Thank you, councillors, and thank you, Mr. CEO. And we now move on to the matter of the election of a mayor for the next 12 months. And so, do we have any nominations? Councillor McFarlane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to nominate Councillor Clancy.
Councillor McFarlane. Councillor Clancy. Do I have a seconder for that?
Second.
Councillor Law. Thank you, Councillor Law, for seconding that nomination. Councillors, are there any other nominations?
Yes, Mr Chair, I'd like to nominate for Mayor Councillor Graham Middlemiss.
Councillor Middlemiss. Do we have a second for that nomination? Thank you. So, councillors, are there any other nominations? So there's no other nominations, so at this particular point, my understanding is that it would be appropriate, as we have more than one, we have two nominations for the position of Mayor. I believe it would be appropriate for us to, before putting this to the vote, that we hear from either candidates or nominators. In order to have a discussion, we will need to suspend standing orders to allow this to occur. Is this so?
So moved,
So
Mr.
moved.
Acting Chair.
Move Councillor O'Callaghan. Do we have a second of that,
Happy
please?
second.
Councillor Gibson. Thank you. Councillor Gibson. And we need to vote on that. All those in favour? Raise your hands. Thank you. That's carried unanimously. Thank you. So at this particular point, there's an opportunity for each of the nominated, the councillors who wish to be the mayor to speak for up to 3 minutes to indicate as to why they would be the best candidate for the position of mayor for the next 12 months. So, as you were first nominated, Councillor Clancy, ask you to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, councillors, for the nomination. I'm quite honoured for the nomination, and I take the opportunity to speak for my 3 minutes. I'd firstly like to just start by recognising Councillor Middlemiss and the work that he has done, and as he mentions in his outgoing speech, we are a united and unified council, and that will continue beyond this evening. Councillor Middlemiss has led us for the last 12 months with extreme grace as a statesman, and he has been a wonderful representative of us to the community, and I would like to firstly just congratulate him and recognise the work that he has done, and my accepting of the nomination and standing against Councillor Middlemiss is no way judgment on my thoughts of him as a mayor or his character at all. I think he's done a marvellous job. I do believe that we as a council group need to look beyond 1 year term. We need to be looking beyond the next year, the next 3 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. And I think the opportunity to integrate the idea of new councillors, which I am one of. This is a first term councillor. I'm the first in my 3rd year. And to integrate between the council, the new councillors and the multi-term councillors that have been in this chamber for a number of years. I think what I offer is good leadership and good communication. I think what I offer is a good connection and strong media abilities. I think that I offer good connections and good communications with all level of governments, whether that be state, federal and our neighbouring local governments as well. In the year that I was Deputy Mayor under Councillor White, I took the opportunity to shadow him and learn the ways of a mayor. It was a really insightful year for me, and I took every opportunity that I could. So as that year progressed, I soon learnt what it needed to be mayor, what it takes that you need to have in your bottom drawer to be mayor. I understand what the role is, and I think that I'm up to that challenge. My focus for the next 12 months is to continue with the economic growth push that we have been having. My focus would be to work with the councillors, to represent the councillors in the council plan and what we want to achieve, and also to support the majority vote. If the majority vote of this council is against my own view, I would still support the majority vote. We have a new alignment, we have a new direction of this council with our new CEO this year, and I think that the integration of a new mayor and a new era of mayors has come through from the younger councillors who have only joined in the last 3 years. That is probably where I need to finish as the bell things. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak, at least, and thank you for the nomination.
Thank you, Councillor Clancy. And as we've observed, that each candidate has 3 minutes to be able to make some comments, and so once that Councillor Clancy's concluded, now we invite you, Councillor Minimus, to offer your comments.
Thank you, Mr Acting Chair. In my usual style, I'll try and cut that down to 30 seconds. What can I offer? All I can offer you is a continuation of the last year. You're all aware that we've all agreed that jobs and livability are our focus. We are on a determined path to create a better economy, to transition our economy, and to make this a better place to live. Now, I think we've started on that journey. I hope I've contributed to that journey, and what I am offering you is a continuation of that path, a continuation of the work that's been done on those lines. So I must thank Councillor Clancy for his comments. I in no way wish to say that Councillor Clancy is less of a candidate than I am. We're just two different people offering two different, well, perhaps very close alternatives actually. Councillors, I stand before you having been the Mayor for the past year. I'm offering you the same again. I believe I've been inclusive. I believe I have chased as hard as I can the policies that you're wishing to pursue, and I believe I could perhaps achieve some more for you by continuing as Mayor. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Minimus. So, councillors, at this particular point, we need to vote on the candidates, and
Move for the
So in order
resumption
to
of
do that-
standing orders, Mr Acting Chair, so that we can continue to pursue.
thank you, Councillor Callaghan.
Seconding that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Gibson. All those in favour, raise your hands. Thank you. Carried. So the next step now, councillors, is to actually vote on the two candidates, and there'll be we'll count the votes on the basis of show of hands, and we'll go from Councillor Clancy first, and then Councillor Minimus. So we record those votes. So we'll go with all those in favour of the nomination of Councillor Clancy to be the Mayor for this next 12 months. So we have Councillor McFarlane, Councillor Law, Councillor Callaghan, Councillor Clancy and myself. And
I
those
don't
in...
think you need to go any further. I'll be the first to congratulate.
Yeah. So we have on that basis, just for the record, we just need to call that Councillor Middlemas, Councillor Gibson,
Well done, Grant.
No worries.
Councillor Howe, and Councillor Harriman. So it's my responsibility to declare formally that Councillor Clancy as the new Mayor for the next 12 months. Congratulations, Councillor Clancy.
Thank you very much, Councillor
At
White.
this point,
I can relieve you of your chair. Would you like your spot back?
I'll come and sit. That's right. I'll vacate the chair.
I'll take my glasses.
Take your sign with you.
Yeah, take me sign
Yeah,
with
that's
me.
right. Thank you, son. Take this one off, I think.
Mr CEO, if you could just point out where we are. We're on page 8 of 9, are we?
Page 8, election of the deputy mayor, sorry. Page 9.
Thank you. 5.3, we're on 9 of 9.
Page 9, yes.
All right. Councillors, thank you very much as I take the chair. It's now we move to the election of the deputy mayor. There's a recommendation on the page of 39 of the agenda that you would see in front of you. Councillors, do I have a mover? Yep. Just read that one.
So move, Mr Mayor, that we appoint a deputy mayor for the following 12 months.
Thank you, Councillor O'Callaghan. We have a mover in Councillor O'Callaghan and a seconder in Councillor Middlemas. Any opposition to this? No opposition. All in favour? We have a deputy mayor. So that just moves that motion to appoint a deputy mayor for the next 12 months. As I read my script, you didn't want to speak to that motion, Councillor O'Callaghan. That was fairly procedural. Yep. Thank you very much. That being the case, we will proceed to the election of the deputy mayor, and I will call for nominations. Is there any nominations for a deputy mayor?
I'd like to nominate Councillor McFarlane.
Councillor Howe nominating.
Second that nomination.
Councillor O'Callaghan seconding. Councillor McFarlane, do you accept the nomination? Do. Are there any other nominations for deputy mayor? There's no other nominations? There's no other nominations. We don't need to vote. No one needs to speak. We would duly elect you as deputy mayor of Latrobe City Council. We will take the opportunity now to make a presentation to the outgoing mayor and the outgoing deputy mayor, Councillor Howe, and thank them for their term in the last 12 months. I believe I'm looking down the back, Gracie, is there some things up the back there? Yep. I'll allow our CEO, Mr Piacenti, to rummage through the gifts. What have we got?
I hope it's for my wife.
And the Deputy Mayor for 2019, Councillor Howe. And just before we formalise and close this evening's meeting, I just would like to once again pay respects to the work that has been done in the last 12 months to our Mayor, Graham Middlemas, for 2019, and the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Darren Howe. They have done a marvellous job in leading us forward and put us in a really, really good place. And I look forward to the opportunity to take over the baton and continue at the same pace that you have gone at. So thank you very much for your work, and we look forward to continuing on the good work in the next 12 months. As all the formalities of the evening have finished, we need to do something else, Mr CEO.
You can invite a deputy mayor.
Sorry?
You can invite a deputy mayor to speak. If you
Oh, the Deputy Mayor would like to say some words. He certainly can.
I thought you'd bypass that, Mr Mayor.
I didn't see it.
I'd just like to thank the council and councillors for their confidence, and I can assure you that I'll be doing the best job that I can to support our Mayor and to support the council and supporting the community, and that's what it's all about. I think we're all here to ensure our community has the best possible leadership, and I think they have it, and we will all work hard to make sure that they're the beneficiaries of our work. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McFarlane. That does conclude the formal parts of the special council meeting. We will declare the meeting closed now officially. Members of the gallery are welcome to join us. Unfortunately, the people in Cyberland get to say goodbye, but you will see us again next month when we're back for our next meeting on the 11th of November. Thank you very much, and we now call the meeting closed. Thanks, councillors.